Hi, welcome back to the Coin Studio. One of these tiny old Australian halfpennies just sold for over $60,000, and thousands more are still hiding in homes across the country. Yours could be one of them. Watch closely, and this list might change your life. Let's moving on. First up, 1955 halfpenny. Let's begin our countdown. With a coin that may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, but collectors know it carries a quiet power. The 1955 Australian halfpenny. This coin was struck at a time when Australia was shifting into a post-war era. The economy was stabilizing, the people were rebuilding, and coins like the 1955 halfpenny were the backbone of everyday commerce. At first glance, it's just another coin from the mid-1950s. But what makes the 1955 halfpenny valuable is its relative scarcity and high-grade conditions. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, enduring years of wear and tear. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is not easy, and that rarity is what drives its value up for collectors today. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II's first portrait, an iconic symbol of a new monarch's reign. On the reverse, we have the famous bounding kangaroo, representing the spirit of Australia in motion. Serious numismatists will pay up to $6,000 for a mint state example, especially those graded MS64 or higher. For those tucked away in forgotten drawers or old piggy banks, they might be a numismatic surprise waiting to be discovered. Next up, 1916 I Indian Mint Halfpenny, a coin with a unique backstory, the 1916 I Halfpenny. That small I mint mark stands for India, where this particular issue was struck. During the turbulence of World War I, due to the war effort and resource shortages, Australia couldn't produce enough coinage domestically. As a result, they outsourced the minting of certain coins to the Calcutta Mint in India, including this 1916 halfpenny. What makes this coin special isn't just its place of minting, but its historical rarity. It was produced in relatively small numbers, and few high-grade examples have survived the past century. The obverse features King George V, a stoic symbol of the British Empire, while the reverse displays halfpenny encircling the Commonwealth star and date. The I below the date is the subtle indicator of its foreign production, and it's that tiny detail which numismatists love. Collectors hunting for top-tier specimens can expect to pay anywhere from $5,500 to over $7,000, depending on condition and provenance. A rare piece of wartime history that found its way into the pockets of everyday Australians. Next up, 1952 halfpenny. The 1952 Australian halfpenny doesn't scream rarity at first, but its desirability grows when condition enters the equation. This was the final year featuring King George. These on Australian coins before the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II the following year. Production was moderately high, but due to the economic climate and heavy circulation, few examples remain in gem condition. This coin bridges the end of one royal era and the beginning of another. The reverse, featuring the kangaroo, now well ingrained in Australia's numismatic identity, is sharply struck on better examples, and that makes all the difference in value. While worn examples trade for little more than face value, high-grade uncirculated specimens can fetch up to $1,000, especially when certified by grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. For those building a complete date set of George VI coins, the 1952 halfpenny is an absolute must-have. Next up, 1923 halfpenny. The 1923 halfpenny. This isn't just a coin, it's an enigma in Australian coin history. Unlike other entries in this list, the 1923 halfpenny has long been surrounded by mystery. Originally, it was believed that no coins of this date were released into circulation. But over the years, a small number have surfaced, validating its existence. The prevailing theory is that a limited mintage, possibly test strikes or emergency releases, were quietly circulated, likely during a coin shortage. Today, only a few hundred are known to exist, and most are in circulated condition. Its scarcity is magnified by the fact that no official records confirm its production. That ambiguity only fuels its allure. Collectors lucky enough to own one are sitting on a true treasure. Prices vary based on grade, but even lower grades can command thousands, and high-grade examples can soar beyond $15,000, if you can even find one for sale. Next up, 1919 halfpenny. The 1919 halfpenny was the first issued after the conclusion of the First World War, a symbolic coin from a nation trying to rebuild and look toward the future. It was struck at the Melbourne Mint, featuring the familiar effigy of King George V and the ornate Commonwealth reverse design. Though it had a moderate mintage, The 1919 halfpenny stands out because it was subjected to extremely heavy use. Australia's economy was in transition, and these coins bore the brunt of everyday commerce. High-grade examples, and especially those with sharp strikes, lustrous surfaces, and minimal marks, are exceedingly rare. Most have survived in worn flat conditions, but find one in extremely fine or better, and you're looking at a coin worth between $1,000 to $30,000. For collectors of early Commonwealth coinage, the 1919 halfpenny is a key date that represents both scarcity and historical depth. Next up, 1925 halfpenny. Halfway through our list sits the 1925 halfpenny, a date that's become iconic among Australian pre-decimal coin collectors. With a relatively low mintage of just 1.2 million, and the fact that most coins were heavily circulated, the 1925 issue has become increasingly rare, especially in higher grades. This coin features King George V on the obverse and the Commonwealth of Australia crest on the reverse, a traditional design that resonates with early Australian history. In circulated condition, it can fetch a few $100s, but collectors seeking choice, uncirculated pieces may find themselves paying $12,000 to as much as $30,000, particularly if the coin retains full luster and well-defined details. It's one of those coins that's frequently missing from lower end collections simply because of how difficult it is to find in top shape. Next up, 1911 halfpenny. The 1911 halfpenny holds a place of deep historical significance. It was the first year that Australia struck its own coinage, after the formation of the Royal Australian Mint. It marked a numismatic milestone, a declaration of independence from British minted coins and a step toward national identity. That alone makes it highly desirable for collectors. With King George V on the obverse and the classic Commonwealth reverse, the 1911 halfpenny is not only historically significant, but also highly collectible. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS65 or better, are extremely difficult to locate and can reach prices between $5,000 and $7,000 at auction. This coin is more than just a collectible, it's a cornerstone of Australian numismatic history. Next up, 1939 kangaroo reverse halfpenny. In third place, we have a stunning and artistic piece, the 1939 kangaroo reverse halfpenny. What sets this coin apart is the dramatic change in design. Prior to 1939, the halfpenny featured the Commonwealth text reverse. But in this year, a bold new design was introduced. A bounding kangaroo across the reverse, captured mid-leap, symbolizing modern Australia and national pride. The 1939 issue is extremely rare, as it was a one-year-only type, with very limited production before the design was modified again in subsequent years. This makes it one of the most coveted type coins among collectors. Uncirculated examples with clean fields and a strong strike are exceptionally valuable, often reaching between $11,000 and $12,000, depending on condition and eye appeal. A true gem in Australian decimal history, the 1939 kangaroo reverse. Halfpenny is a showstopper in any collection. Next up, 19 halfpenny Indian obverse, a coin that every serious collector dreams about. The 1916 mule halfpenny, one of the most famous and desirable minting errors in Australian coin history. What's a mule, you ask? It's when a coin is struck using mismatched dies. In this case, a halfpenny reverse die paired with a 1/4 Anna obverse die from India. That error created a unique hybrid, a coin that should never have existed. Discovered decades later, this minting mistake likely occurred at the Calcutta Mint, where Australian coins were being produced during World War I. Only a small handful of these coins are known to exist, and they are all highly sought after. The design mismatch makes this mule easily recognizable to experienced numismatists. Because of its dramatic error, ultra-low survival rate, and historical intrigue, prices can soar past $45,000 in auctions, making it one of the most valuable Australian coins of all time. Next up, 1923 halfpenny. At number 1, the crown jewel, the legendary 1923 Australian halfpenny. Yes, it appeared earlier in this list, but it's so valuable and iconic that it deserves the top spot too, because high-grade examples command astronomical prices, with extremely limited mintage and uncertain records regarding how many were actually released into circulation. The 1923 halfpenny has long been considered the holy grail of Australian copper coinage. Only 6 or 7 high-grade examples are known to exist, and they rarely, if ever, come to market. In 2005, one sold for over $50,000, and recent estimates put mint state examples beyond $60,000. That number continues to grow as demand outpaces supply. It's a coin that represents the very best of Australian numismatics, scarce, mysterious, valuable, and steeped in historical lore. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with other coin lovers. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next coin could be a hidden treasure.